Hello, this is the Angry Photographer here. Let's see if we can make about a 20-minute video on the premise of what comprises professional photography. The following pictures are ones that I hand-selected from some of the top winners of the highest-rated photographs of 2014. What you need to do is you need to start understanding what these pictures are, what they're saying, why they're so popular. Of course, you need to make your own pictures, but you need to emulate these pictures. Do I mean copy other people's work? No. Now, you should see how they're created and how they're illuminated. Now, I've chosen specifically pictures that have extremely little or no Photoshop editing. Now, this has had very little. But what comprises professional photography versus what you have? You need to be able to tell a story at the speed of life. The speed of life? Yes. The speed of life, the speed of light. Your novel in every picture is only 1 page long, and it is a single picture, and you either have to relate it, intrigue it, you have to draw people in. There are only 3 things that draw people into a professional photograph, and only 3. Geometry, composition, and emotion. Now, I know you're about to say, you're full of shit. Sometimes it's light, or sometimes it's a beautiful woman. No. All light is emotion. The light from this and every picture I'm about to show you is emotional, or it's geometrical, or it's compositional, or it's a combination of all 3. It doesn't have to necessarily be emotional. It could be merely compositional. Or it could be geometrical. It could be vortex-based, spiral-based. Draws you in. Golden section, rule of thirds. The rule of thirds doesn't apply anywhere near as much as you think it does. Most things I've worked off the premise of either vortex or funnel or spiral effect or the golden section of proportionality, an empirical criterion of genuine beauty. Now you have to ask yourself, what is it about this picture other than her being a beautiful half-naked woman that is so beautiful? It is simplex. It is not busy. It tells a story. It conveys an emotion. Everything that you have to say has to be self-contained, like a novel. Your novels are only 1 page long, and each photograph you take is a complete novel. Now, if you're able to tell the story in one novel, that is what is going to distinguish an amateur pick versus an advanced amateur versus a professional. A true professional, like a poet, knows, just like most poetry, which is a page or less, you have to say and convey everything in 1 page. And your 1 page is the painting of light, just like a painter. Okay? You don't have words. You have to draw the viewer in. And you have to draw them in at the speed of life and at the speed of light. Everything is either an emotional or a story, a vortex, a funnel. It's symmetry, it's quirky, or it's fantastical. It's mystery, it's sensual. Too much is not a good thing. Okay? This is why, as an example, beautiful lingerie pictures are better than total buck-naked pictures. Okay? This is why, no matter what your tastes are, beautiful photographs, as far as boudoir photographs, are better when there is something left to the imagination. The most beautiful woman on earth, the most beautiful thing on earth, revealing everything about itself, removes mystery. The innate empirical nature of human consciousness wants there to be mystery. Mystery means there is something left to be grasped or understood that you do not yet know. This is how illusionists and magicians work. Now, if the illusionists got up there and they did a trick, and they told you right after the trick how fascinating it was, you would be pissed. You would be fucking bummed. Now, there are a lot of people that demand to know how the illusion is done, but they really don't want to know. They love going away being titillated. You have to do that in your photographs. Other pictures are touchable. You want to reach out and touch them due to the texture or the content. shocking and gruesome. As I've told you before, stop looking for pretty pictures. You either look for beautiful light or you make the fucking beautiful light. This is what a real professional photographer does. Okay? You have to stop looking also for pretty pictures. You need to look for the gritty pictures and the shitty pictures, because life is life. Do you ever see this in life? No. It is staged. She is real, obviously. But you need to start looking for life. Genuine life. Juxtaposition, impressionistic, commentarial or newsworthy. All photographs that win awards work into this list that I created a long time ago. It either has to be one or a combination of emotional, story, vortex, funnel, symmetry, quirky, fantastical, mystery/sensual, touchable, shocking and or gruesome, juxtaposition, impressionistic, commentarial, or newsworthy. Once again, stop trying also to get everything in your shot illuminated. Mystery is beautiful. The Greeks understood negative intrigue, the via negativa. I am able to understand as much, like Sherlock Holmes, I am unable to understand as much from a lie that someone says as from the truth. Because the lie is also a truth. You heard the old bullshit, well, photographs don't lie? Bullshit. Every photograph lies. Everyone lies, but every lie is also the fucking truth. Because a lie is an expression of the truth within someone's self. The truth that someone either wants you to believe something or feel something about their picture, themselves, or what you think about them. Oh, hey honey, well I got a big job and, I make $1 million. That's a lie, but it is also the truth. Every lie is also the truth. The ancient Greeks, the ancient Indians talked about this. There is no such thing as a lie. Every lie is the truth. It is wisdom to differentiate out fact from fiction, but every lie is the truth, and every photograph is both the truth and a lie. So you need to be a liar in your photograph. Stop trying to tell the truth and start trying to make a story, because your story is the speed of light and the length of that shutter speed. That's it. The rest is composition. The rest is being a master of light. When you have the story in your head and you are a master of light, you either make it or you find it. Early morning light, late evening light. Now this is midday light. But this is someone who has mastered light and can take shitty noonday light and make mystery and beauty out of it. And it has nothing to do with her being in a bikini. Okay? I can't see her face except a very little bit in the shadow. This draws me in, and not because it's a beautiful model, it draws me in for other reasons. There are only 3 things that draw people into pictures. Only 3. You're thinking, oh yeah, part of it's sex, No. It's composition, geometry, and emotion. All light is emotion. You're thinking, well, now part of this is sex. If I just cut this out, this is sex. No, it is light. Light is emotion. There are only 3 things that will draw someone into a picture. Remember, all of these photographs I'm about to show you are hand-picked ones that won awards as 2014's top photographs. And there's a reason for that. There is an empirical criterion for beauty. Here we have fantasy. All pictures are a lie, but they are the truth. A lie is an expression of what we want or wish things would be. The same way Star Trek. Why are people so addicted to Star Trek and these futuristic scientific movies? They wish we were out there doing and seeing these things. Of course it's a lie, but it's also an expression of the truth of human consciousness, of what we wish things were, what we think an ideal beauty or an expression might be. Obviously, this is not something that you would see. It is created. It is a fiction, but it is a lie expressed as the truth that intrigues It is compositionally beautiful. The light is beautiful. It evokes emotion. Therefore, it is the truth. It draws you in. It is gorgeous. All photographs are lies, and every lie is the truth. Here we have geometry. But we also don't have geometry. We also have symmetry. We also have a commentary about how our entire world is digital. Well, maybe that's what you're reading into it. Maybe I read into something different. That's fine. The point is it works on so many levels for so many different minds. Our preconceptions might be drawn in for different reasons, but we're all drawn in. And that's why this photograph was awarded as one of the top 2014 photographs. And there were not that many, ultimately. So what is it about this picture that's so wonderful? We have a lone woman standing on a rock edge. The symmetry. The emotion. This is a speed of light novel. Every picture has to be like a beautiful poem from a poet laureate. Maya Angelou, whoever your most famous poet is. You are a poet who writes not with words, but with light. But you have to understand how to use that light. Oh, there's a pretty photograph. Boom. Snap, 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 snap. You're going around like a trigger-happy gunman photographing the shit out of everything. This is why you need to work with flashes. It slows you down, and why you need to work with manual lenses. It gives you a time instead of sitting there pressing the shutter button down and clicking halfway. Oh, it's focused. I'm going to take the rest of the picture. Think about what it is you're taking. This is a story to me. It also is emotional about how we're all alone. Now, that's the lie it's painting in my brain. It might be painting a different lie in your brain, but all of those lies are valid. Either way, this is a compositionally beautiful photograph. Remember, everything is either geometrical, compositional, or emotional. There are hardcore criterions of photographic beauty. Not only qualification, but empirical quantification. Period. There is no ifs, ands, or doubts about that. This is touchable. It works on many different levels. Here's a juxtaposition. We have extreme beauty set up against the newspaper here. Someone wrapped up some roses for their wife. This is an incomplete story, but it's mostly complete. It makes you wonder and think. Here we have beauty, natural beauty against human gruesomeness. A gory newspaper, which probably talks about beheaded bodies or deaths or whatever, or shit for sale. Juxtaposition. People love juxtaposition and they don't make enough of them. That's why juxtaposed photographs like this are so popular as far as winning awards. It is compositionally beautiful. You can also see here a vortex like I'm talking about, here and here. This is a vortex picture that draws you in. It's symmetrical. It's also quirky, so it works on many levels. It's also why it's an award winner. Here's an award winner. This is a juxtaposition. We usually think is grandma, some old tame woman. I believe I know this woman because I have a $24,000 bodysuit of ink, and I basically know all these people. And I'm also friends with the world's most tattooed woman, Julia Ganus. She's a little quirky herself and very anorexic. Anyway, this is an older circus lady. I forget her name, but usually don't picture grandma with huge gauged ears and, giant neck tattoo. She's got an entire bodysuit. But, she's an older, aging, graying woman. And this is a juxtaposition. It is beauty, truth. It evokes emotion, and it's also shocking. To some people, they would think it's gruesome for grandma to be tattooed up so heavily. It is emotional. It is a story in its fucking self. Of that, there is no denying. This works on at least 5 different levels. That's why it is an award winner. You need to start copying this shit. And I don't mean copying other people's work. At first, take some to copy. It's like, well, I remember seeing this and it looked like this. What will happen very soon is I'm not telling you to imitate other people's work. Only at first. until you get in your head what it is about these things, and then you make it yours. You own it, you possess it, because it will become your own style, and you will start to combine A with B with C of these various things that you knew were beautiful, and you know why they're beautiful now, and you will see these things, and you'll start to intermingle them, and they will become totally original to you. Okay, all writers do this, all professional photographers do this. Anybody that says otherwise is a fucking liar. They are all fucking liars if they tell you otherwise. This is fantastical. This is not photoshopped very much at all. There's been some contrast added to it, a little bit of color enhancement. All photographs are lies, and all lies and photographs are the truth. Just like all novels are a lie, but they are the truth. I can tell as much about what someone lies about as what they tell the truth about. This is actually the premise of all psychological training and all psychotherapy. You know, it's the premise of Greek retroduction. It's the premise of Greek abductive logic in philosophical metaphysics. In other words, I'm able to tell more about what something isn't than by what I see what it is. You need to understand. Remember, everything is either geometrical, compositional, or emotional. Those are the only three ways you could be drawn into a photograph. The only three. None other exists. This is a person that was horribly burned in the Iraqi War, as I recall. I can't remember his name. It's obviously gruesome, but it's also commentarial and newsworthy. It is emotional, so it fits into one of our three categories. It always fits into my three categories that I've been working on for these years about what fits into what. It has to fit into something that's geometrical, or compositional, or emotional. This is emotion. It is also a story, and questionably, it is a story. It is also sensual, and then it brings someone to feel for this person, wondering what their story is. It's shocking and gruesome, obviously, but it's also commentarial and newsworthy. So it works on multiple levels, and is why it is an award winner by a large number of professional photographers that agreed that it is the winner. Same thing here. Emotional. Simplex. It tells a story. This is a vortex. Everything is being drawn into here. We have barren wasteland, and here we have a little home, a little sabbatical. Tells a story. It is both geometrical, and it is compositional, and it is emotional. However, what percentage of those three, or combination thereof, you make your own choice. Here we have a stark example of juxtaposition. We got someone in an astronaut suit, you know, a heavy I think it's a $250,000 suit. Although this one's probably fake, obviously. You know, sitting in the living room reading a newspaper. You know, it's funny, it's quirky, which is one on the list. It's a massive juxtaposition. It draws you in and makes you wonder. It's kind of funny, but it's also a story, and it's also a commentary. At least to me, it's a commentary. I mean, because it's a 1960s kitchen, and we have someone in an Apollo moonwalking suit. Except instead of on the moon, he's sitting in the kitchen reading a newspaper. There aren't enough juxtaposed photographs out there like that, and people love them. Stop trying to illuminate everything. This is emotional. It's mystery. It's sensual. It's touchable. I can see the crease in every finger of their hand. You need to start making stuff like this. It doesn't have to be exactly hands. It could be one mere body part. It could be a crying eye. You know, it could be take a prime lens and drop it down to 1.4 and just focus in on like the hand of a child against its eye. The rest of it is totally blurred out except for the hand, but it tells a story. It draws you in. It is emotional. Here we have a funnel or vortex effect like I'm talking about. You're drawn in quite literally. This is geometrical. It's also compositional. It's intriguing. It's something we don't see every day. People love shots like this, and there are 1,000 different ways to make them. This one is touchable. You can see every crease in his hand. You can see every dirty hair and every gritty bit underneath his fingernail. You have no idea what his eyes look like. You can see his bushy eyebrows. Works on many levels. Same thing here. We have emotional. We have geometrical. We have mystery. We have a vortex. Everything's being drawn in to the black of this eye. The most important part of this photograph is something that isn't there. We're actually drawn into absence. The most important part of this photograph is totally black. Why are we drawn in there? It is the human eye. It's mystery, it's fantastical, it's quirky, it's also symmetrical. Works on many levels, it's why it's in a winner. Action. Shocking, gruesome. It's a story. Story of life and death. It's emotional. It's compositionally wonderful. It's a chameleon going after a grasshopper. Japanese have long since worked off the principle, and I can't remember the exact Japanese term for it, of less being more. And here is an example. What am I saying? What's the lie that is being trying to be told off as a truth here? We have life growing inside a hard ceramic man-created sterile environment. You know, there's a story there. It doesn't have to be complex. It could be merely simple. People don't take photographs like this. People see them rarely. You'd think, well, something that simple, I mean, why should it win an award? People don't take photographs like that. They're never thinking outside of the box. Gorgeous portraiture here. You see this and you're thinking Silence of the Lambs, right? It's emotional. It's beautiful. What more could be said about it? All you people with those new macro lenses, you could be taking 1,000 shots like this, but you're not, or at least you're not yet. You should be. So why aren't you taking them? So simple. So simple. It's honey dripping off of a pear, I believe. Here's something emotional. It's actually an outdoor swimming pool on a luxury hotel in Las Vegas, and a naked woman is swimming in the water, face down, with the sunlight behind there. It's story, it's emotion, it's geometrical, its composition is wonderful, it's mystery, many levels. Here's a very touchable portrait. Obviously, you see every dirty little pore and every scraggly little hair on his face, but this is the truth. It's commentary. It's shocking. It may be gruesome to some people. It tells a story. You are drawn into it. Here's a story in itself. Is he going to the church for salvation? You could see his shoe in focus as well as the church. He said to the church, "What's the story? My mind is working. What's going on here? Why is this an award winner?" It's obvious why. It's compositionally beautiful. It's emotional. It is an enormous story. It's beautiful symmetry. It's mystery in the extreme, expressed at the speed of life and the speed of light. You have to be a poet. Every single photograph is like a one-page novel, and that's all you can fucking produce, is one-page novels. At 12 megapixels, 24 or 36, don't give a damn, JPEG or RAW, you have to see the light. If you can't find the light, you create the light. But once you've mastered your camera to where it becomes an extension of your body and you make light your bitch, okay, then everything else is about making your one-page stories. And when you do that, your photography will fucking excel. It will scream. People will be crawling. The only thing that will happen then is you'll get pissed off because so many people will be calling on you, wanting you to do photographs for them. Portraits, corporate gigs, whatever. You'll have a portfolio that will make people's balls drop off. Same thing here. Very simple. I've seen some of your pictures recently that you guys have produced that look very similar to this. It's emotional. You wonder why that is there, why it's made out of twigs, and why it has those weird roofing shingles. It's beautiful geometrically, and it's beautiful compositionally, and it tells a story. My mind has to fill in the rest of that story, because every novel in your picture is only 1 page long. And all of these fall under every other professional photograph. You can only be drawn in 3 ways, and you first have to be drawn in, and then you have to do one of a list of things. You can be drawn in geometrically, compositionally, or emotionally, or a combination thereof, and the pictures, your novels, your poems, your speed of light artwork has to convey emotion or story. It has to be a vortex or a funnel or symmetrical or quirky or fantastical, mystery/sensual. Remember, less is more. Stop trying to fill your fucking photograph up with light from corner to corner. A lot of times, less is more. Stop trying to evenly illuminate everything. Here's another trick. Get your shit off matrix metering, put it on spot metering, bring your spot down as low as you can, tight as you can, and expose for one thing that you think is important in your photograph, and everything else, fuck it, be damned. If it comes out black as pitch, who gives a shit? Okay? Nobody said that beautiful photographs had to be evenly illuminated like this. You have to see everything. Bullshit! This is the biggest fuck up in people's mind. I'm going to take a photograph and everything's got to be... No! No! That's what amateur photographs are for, not professional ones. Not everything has to be like that. Mystery is good. Less is more. That is why a 90% black photograph is as intriguing as a beautiful woman wearing a negligee instead of seeing her buck naked with every little crack and crevice and hole exposed on her body. The most gorgeous woman in the world looks more beautiful 99% of the time to most normal people wearing something gorgeous instead of sitting there buck naked with every little orifice exposed. You got mystery sensual, you got touchable, you want to reach out and touch it because you have beautiful textures. Shocking or gruesome. Juxtaposition, as I've told you about, like the NASA suit there in the middle of the dining room. Impressionistic. Commentarial or newsworthy. If you follow what I just taught you, and like I said, you can only be drawn in 3 ways, geometrically, compositionally, or emotionally. If you follow what I just taught you here, this 30-minute course or however long it was, your photographs will fucking excel. Things will start to happen and you'll go, oh my god, I'm so much better. But if you take this to heart and you start practicing with it, and it won't take you long, 1 week's worth of hard practice, things will fucking get awesome for you. No ifs, ands, or buts. I shit you not, I lie to you not. I will eat your dirty fucking underwear if I lie to you now about this. This is the absolute hardcore truth. And if you follow what I just taught you in these past 25 some minutes, your pictures will fucking excel. No ifs, ands, or buts. On this, there is no argument. Thanks for watching another video from the Angry Photographer. If you like this, you can drop me a buck or two, or you can tell me to go screw myself. However, on this video, I am 100% right, and it is not up for debate. On this video, I shall tell you that, and it is no lie. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.